All right, so my persuasive speech is on AI and how I think that there should be some type of restrictions, whether it be personal restrictions, government restrictions, or different regulations from the companies that create the AI. And so let's get into it. So AI is a tool that, when used for good, can be a very great thing, but the sad thing is that it's not always used for good. Um, so I believe that there should be restrictions on what it can be used for. Uh, there are many gray areas where it can be used positively and negatively. Those areas are school, work, and just many other areas that you can think of. Uh, in school, a great way that it can be used is that it can help grade your paper and give you suggestions on what you should do and what you can do better. A way that it could be negatively used is by somebody just handing AI a prompt and just saying, "Here, do my work for me." Um, if AI is abused in school in a couple of years, there could be a way that nobody knows like what they're doing in the workforce. They just relied on AI so much and so heavily throughout school that they have no idea what they're doing once they actually get to their job. Um, AI can also be used in the workforce positively and negatively. A positive way is that it can analyze different health patterns for patients. Um, Something bad that it can do, though, is that it can lead to job displacement, which is when there's a lot of people without jobs. And so, when not used properly, AI is a tool that will lead to a path of destruction, but when used correctly, can lead to prosperity and remove unwanted complexities in your life. So now that I've gone through my intro, I want to say different ways that can be used positively and negatively, both in school and in the workplace. So in school, it can be used positively to create customized learning plans based on an individual and like what they need help with. So according to 1 to Plus, which is a website that was talking about this, it says AI algorithms can identify patterns and predict which topics a student may struggle with or excel in, allowing educators to provide targeted support and resources. So pretty much what it is like a study source or a study site for each individual. So say one person is really good at one subject in English, but they're absolutely terrible at another. It won't focus so much on the one that they're really good at, but will focus a lot more on the one that they're bad at. And it's just individualized to each person and each student. Um, Another way that it is positive is that it can be used for speech to text for people with disabilities. Um, this can help different people with like hearing disabilities or speech disabilities be able to participate more fully in class. And then according to Special Needs Alliance, they say, for students with speech difficulties, AI-powered speech-to-text technology, has become remarkably sophisticated. Systems like VoiceIt can learn to understand speech patterns that might be difficult for others to comprehend, allowing students to participate better in classroom discussions and writing assignments. So again, somebody who is orally impaired, they can't hear, they have speech to text like their teacher speaks, and then it pops up on a screen. They have closed captions. It works perfectly. They can, understand exactly what's going on in class without being signed. And that was from Special Needs Alliance. And then obviously, if there's positives, there's going to be negatives, which we've talked about. So students might misuse AI tools to complete assignments or write essays without doing the work themselves. Like I said earlier, they can just give AI the prompt. Pretty simple, spits out work for you. Very easy, but it's also very detectable. Another way is that students could start to rely too much on the AI and lose their critical thinking abilities and problem solving and research skills and whatever it may be. Any skills that you build up in school, if you're relying too heavily on AI, you can lose those. So, telling AI to do a research project for you or to do this for you can lead to you not, or any individual not understanding what's going on in their class. Um, let's see. AI can also be used positively at work. And one example of that is that AI can handle daily routine like tasks that you're always doing. They can do customer inquiries or free up employees for more strategic work. So it can do like the little busy work that you don't really want to do, and it's something that's nitpicky that you always do. And it can free up more space for you to be able to do other work. Another place that it can be used is in like the healthcare field. So AI can quickly analyze large amounts of data, and help businesses make more informed decisions. And according to 4C, which is a website I found that was talking about how it can be used in the healthcare field, it says healthcare AI systems can analyze patterns in a patient's medical history and current health data to predict potential health risks. So, if you go in for a doctor's visit and they look at your blood pressure, your BMI, different blood tests or whatever they look at, they can tell just by running it through AI, they can see like how susceptible you are to having like a heart disease, or how susceptible somebody in future generations in your family is to have like diabetes or some autosomal disease, like to see if you're a carrier or whatnot. So that's a couple positive ways that it can be used in the workforce. But also, again, if there's positives, there's also negatives. So there's automation of certain tasks, which could lead to job losses. So if there's like a really, vanilla job, like maybe something with business accounting where you're doing the same thing every day, a lot of numbers, AI can do that a little bit easier, a little bit more efficient, especially once it learns it, and then that could lead to job loss. And so, coming from Kruger, who works at Linvello, AI automation is transforming the job market by taking over tasks traditionally performed by humans. This shift could lead to job losses, necessitate changes in required skills, and potentially affect wages and employment prospects. So, if a business is able to not pay AI to do their work where they're paying somebody else to do it, a business is going to want to make money. They don't really care about the person behind it. So they're going to do what's best for the business and make money by not paying AI to do the exact same work that you're doing. And then finally, my last example is that AI systems are can unintentionally reinforce biases if trained on biased data, leading to unfair hiring. So for big companies who work with Indeed to hire, if some person puts in different things or whatever for what they're looking for, if they're prejudiced, then AI will look for those certain qualities, and it can lead to certain people not getting hired even if they're qualified for the job and not even get an interview. So just to summarize, I think AI should be used. I think it's a great tool when used correctly, but there should be some type of restrictions, whether it's personal restrictions or restrictions by the government, restrictions by the websites that run the different AI. And so, yeah.